Hello, I'm Finn Riley,
And I'm Chris Pombo.
and welcome to this week's edition of NOSA Sports Rundown. This week, we will be looking at how marijuana affects the performance of student athletes.
In addition, we will be presenting an interview with our school nurse, Mrs. Daniels.
First off, we're going to start with the short-term effects of marijuana on the body. Marijuana can cause impaired body movement, hallucinations, mood swings, difficulty with problem solving, and an increase in anxiety.
Some of the long-term effects of marijuana use include an increased risk of getting cancer, high blood pressure, and it doubles the normal heart rate.
With recent changes in legislation regarding recreational use of marijuana, the temptation, access, and attitude towards using the drug has increased exponentially, especially with student athletes.
Some of the primary consequences to smoking marijuana as a student athlete can be seen in their performance. It's common knowledge that inhaling smoke is unhealthy for the lungs. Therefore, the consequences of smoking weed include the inability of the lungs to work at their highest capacity.
When on the field, marijuana can slow the athlete's reaction time and skew their focus during a game. This is mainly because of the THC in marijuana, which alters the normal brain communication to the body.
Now over to Matt Fisher with an interview with our school nurse, Mrs. Daniels.
Hello, I'm here with our school nurse, Mrs. Daniels. What is your opinion on the use of marijuana in high school sports and the effects it may have on the overall athletic performance?
Well, with marijuana in sports, it's really like any substance that you're adding to your body. It decreases your body's ability and to reach your peak athletic performance. You know, it's adding chemicals to your body. It's affecting your cardiovascular system, your oxygen. How much oxygen you're able to consume. It'll increase your heart rate. It'll do what any other substance that's not good for you, and it's gonna affect your overall ability, which will decrease your performance in athletics.
All right, thank you. In a time when recreational marijuana has been approved, it's difficult for young people to understand that it's actually bad for them. Could you address this?
Yeah, well, it's kind of like the same rules apply to alcohol. I mean, you still have to be 21. But also, yes, it may be approved legally for, in other purposes, but, the way that people are taking in marijuana, especially when, they're vaping and other different consumption methods, what they're mixing the marijuana with, what you're extracting the THC from, the solvents that you use to dilute the THC in the marijuana, those chemicals are also hurting your body too. So you may be ingesting it differently, like through vaping, and you're not just inhaling the smoke from the herb anymore. But it's still, the chemicals that are in it now are just as or even more harmful. They really increase your heart rate and have a lot of bad things for your body in them.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Matt, and thank you, Ms. Daniels. On a final note, the NCAA has banned the use of marijuana for all 3 divisions of competition. Their message is clear. Today's marijuana is more potent and available in many more ways than ever before. It is dangerous and is a banned drug for all student athletes.
So, if you plan on playing any sports at the next level, I do not recommend the consumption of any form of marijuana.
Well, that's it for this edition of NOSA Sports Rundown. For exclusive behind-the-scenes content, follow us on Twitter at NOSA Sports TV. I'm Finn Riley.
And I'm Chris Pombo. We'll see you next time.